Imagine you're driving like any normal day. Then suddenly your car stops in the middle of the road. Not because it's broken, but because there is no fuel left in the entire world. And the worst part, there will be no fuel for the next 30 days. What would happen to our world? Take a moment and think about this. Almost everything we use every day reaches us through vehicles powered by fuel. The food in supermarkets, packages delivered to your home, medicine in hospitals. All of it travels across cities, countries, and oceans using gasoline or diesel. Now imagine a terrifying scenario. Suddenly, the entire world runs out of fuel. No gasoline at gas stations, no diesel for trucks, no jet fuel for airplanes. And this situation lasts for an entire month. In this video, we'll explore how the world might change. From the first day all the way to day 30 without fuel. Day 1. It begins with shocking news. Global media reports that fuel supplies have suddenly collapsed. At first, people assume it's just a temporary shortage. But within hours, thousands of drivers rush to gas stations. Long lines of cars stretch across city streets. Everyone wants to fill their tanks before it's too late. But then something unexpected happens. Gas stations begin shutting down, one by one. Soon, signs appear everywhere saying, "Out of fuel." Cars begin stopping on highways. Some drivers abandon their vehicles. Traffic chaos spreads across major cities. Day 1 is filled with confusion, panic, and disbelief. But this is only the beginning. Day 3. 3 days without fuel. And the consequences start spreading everywhere. Airports cancel most flights. Planes cannot fly without jet fuel. Cargo trucks stop operating. This means something critical happens. Food is no longer being delivered to major cities. Supermarket shelves begin emptying. People rush to buy whatever food they can find. Panic buying begins. Food prices start rising quickly, and suddenly cities realize something terrifying. Without fuel, the global supply chain begins collapsing. The first week, after 1 week, the streets look completely different. Roads that were once full of traffic become strangely quiet. Many cars sit parked and unused. Public transportation becomes limited. Buses cannot operate without fuel. Taxis disappear from the streets. People start walking or riding bicycles more often. Meanwhile, hospitals begin facing serious problems. Not because electricity is gone, but because medicine and medical supplies are harder to deliver. Ambulances must carefully ration their remaining fuel. Every emergency response becomes a difficult decision. The situation grows more tense every day. Week 2, by the second week, the global economy begins to shake. Factories cannot ship products, ports fill with ships that cannot travel. International shipping slows dramatically. Many companies temporarily shut down operations. In big cities, daily life changes drastically. Some people work from home, but many jobs cannot exist without transportation. Temporary unemployment begins rising. The world starts realizing how deeply modern life depends on fuel. Week 3. By the third week, governments around the world begin implementing emergency policies. Remaining fuel is reserved for essential services like ambulances, police, fire departments, food distribution. Some countries limit how much food people can buy. Meanwhile, something unexpected begins to happen. Air pollution drops dramatically. The sky over many cities becomes clearer. The constant noise of traffic disappears for the first time in decades. Some cities experience an unusual silence, but that silence comes with a growing crisis. Week 4, as the fourth week arrives, humanity slowly begins adapting. Bicycles become one of the most common forms of transportation. Local communities begin sharing food and resources. People start realizing an uncomfortable truth. Modern civilization is incredibly dependent on fossil fuels. Without them, the world we know can change in just a few weeks. But this crisis also sparks a global realization. Many nations begin discussing the urgent need for electric vehicles, renewable energy, sustainable transportation. The crisis becomes a powerful lesson for the future. Finally, after 30 long days, fuel supplies slowly begin returning. Cars start moving again. Airplanes return to the skies. Supply chains slowly recover, but the world may never feel exactly the same. Because during those 30 days, humanity learned something important. Modern civilization depends on a fragile energy system. And if that system stops, the entire world can slow down almost instantly. So now, here's the question. If fuel disappeared for 1 month, would you be ready to live in a world without vehicles?